Good afternoon all present here. I, Ishan Dhawan, the member of IIC, warmly welcome you all to the expert talk. The role of IIC is to engage large number of faculty, students and staff in various innovation and entrepreneurship related activities such as ideation, problem solving, proof of concept development, design thinking, project handling and management, etc. Now we talk about our prestigious university, Lingyas. Lingyas Vidyapeeth is a renowned education institution dedicated to nurturing young minds and empowering them with knowledge, skills and values. It is established in the year 1998. Our institution has a rich history of academic excellence and a commitment to fostering holistic development in future. The journey of Lingyas Vidyapeeth began with a vision to provide quality education and contribute to societal advancement by producing leaders, innovators and responsible citizens. Saying that we focus on our students' overall development without creating a balance in providing them with equal opportunities in both academic and non-academic domains. Now I welcome our prestigious guest Dr. Radhe Shyam Rai to give us some knowledge about the topic Global Perspectives on Intellectual Property, Challenges and Opportunities. Sir, may I please speak? Thank you.
Good afternoon. So today, the basic agenda or topic of our talk is what is the challenges or what is the opportunity in field of the different IPR sectors. Intellectual property, which is called as intellectual property rights. So before discussing challenges, we need to discuss what is the need of these things in today's scenario and why all the government of Indian government, the foreign governments are focused on the IPR sections with the conversion of different devices, with the conversion of industrializations. All these things are related to the academic institutions also. Because initially the students came after the PhD or whatever the research or projects when we are going to implement in our institution or in different institutions. Normally the students are focused on the different research criteria or different, you can say that the different research or you can say that the different aspects of the thought which can be implemented as an industrialization or as a societal development of our society. But problem also associated with the students and the faculty or others part of that. When they are going to convert these thoughts or these their research work in a different industrialization or intellectual things, they don't know which things can be targeted for the conversion of these things. So first we will go to discuss that what is the challenges and what the challenges comes from during the conversion of these intellectual properties of the challenges and the in a research. So first know that what is the actually the IPR or what they state. So normally we know that we just go for the registered or something our idea for the different organizations they can take of these things for the another developments. Means that if I develop something like for example, if I develop a new devices, then we should go for the different type of the device patenting, different type of the concepts that is associated with design patenting also. So lot of the things in point of literature point of view, we discuss the copyrights, these things are associated, but they don't know which things can be patented. So first of all, we know that the patent, which type of the things can be patented, and how we can go for the patent. So first of all, the students should be aware that what is the basic things of their research or their activities, because these things can be converted as a patent also. They don't know how to be searched, because they sometimes what we are doing that we are just copying, we are just doing the some concepts, verifications of that concept to the our concept with the our concept. That things cannot be good for the patent. That is the just like you are duplicating or you are just verifying the things which is the already concepts are available in our domain. Domain means that whatever the internet, whatever the public domains are available, we are going to implement. So first of things, we should rectify or we should identify that the basic differences within the our objectives which we are going to do. So first of all, that we should identify the objective of our research work, of our papers, of our whatever we are the social things, or whatever these things are depending on your activity. So we should identify or we should optimize that. We cannot do just a copy that. For example, if I say that we are studying some structural behavior of the society, what is the effect of the gender bias in our society, what is the things are going. These are just a concept, but what the main things are coming to us after the verification, after the analyzing of all these things, and which factor affected. These factors or that factors can be affected, can be patented for your R&D, for your research, or for your social. A lot of the things can be patented for the you can say the investigations or for the implementation of the things. So then one question is already fallen within the students while they are doing the research, that these areas which I thought these are the new different or new things, how we can compare with the existing technology or existing approach. So we should compare with these things also. So there is a lot of the search engines and there are a lot of the domains, a lot of the platforms is available to search. These domains are already available or it is existing with the system or not. So we should define that how we can go for the patenting with that idea. Now the concept is also that after the verification of the objectives or the target, we are also identify that how we can implement that things. The process, which process, that process also can be patented if you added some new things in your R&D or your research or your concept. For example, one time when we are saying that everyone is a philosopher, everyone has their own thought, but all the thoughts are not fabricating or considered as a philosophy. That is the difference, basic line. There is some line. Thought cannot be treated as a philosophy, and philosophy cannot consider. But in a thin line, if we are thinking that it is very similar, thoughts can convert as a philosophy also, and philosophy makes your thought to define that. So same to same in our R&D, in our research work, that objectives and the process makes a new thing or develop a new approach for yours. That new things and whatever the universal, whatever the not available in the public domains. When I talk about the public domains, it means that it should be not available on your public domain, means that's the internet, that's in a different type of the patenting. The website is also there, so it should be not there. So what is the difference? One things I got it when we are going to guide the students or different things, they already define the objectives, challenges. They also make a process of the things, but they don't know what is the effect of this process on your objectives. Because objectives always you are targeting the objective with all the process. So what is the role of that process? What is the science? What is the logic behind this? The students don't know. So they can also, that mechanism also can be patented, or that should be also if there is some new approach is came with our results, it should be go for the patent also with the design, with the devices, or and one thing also we know that in industrialization or this time there is a very all academic institutions are focused on the IPR. Everywhere we are thinking that IPR. And the government of India or government of other countries, they are focused on the IPR and they hope that these IPR should be converted as industrialization. But whatever the real story, that within a patent of mark only the 1% or 2% of the objectives that's converted as a industrialization. So why these things came? So we are not focused on the challenges. We are just reporting whatever we are getting on our lab. And lab environment is not totally the effect or shows the results of the real time observation. So we should also, if we are going to make these patenting from lab to the real time activity, we should convert this concept as an industrialization. In a lab manners, we optimize everything in a standard condition. But in a real time condition, it's not possible. The temperature, humidity, lot of the things are changing the behavior of the system. Even my society, if I write for a jumper, you just look that. You can take one example to the different Nobels writers. I'm just talking about something that the Romila Thapar, everyone knows that he's a very good professor and he produced a lot of the books. And you just read that the books of different societies are reflecting their own. Means when you read the Romila Thapar's books or something, their concept always reflecting that she thoughts match with some different communism towards the people. But if you study the same thing with the different authors, their approach, same things can be analyzed with their thought, which goes towards the different directions. They are not goes to the. So same things can be described, but all the things, all the mechanisms are the same things, but the directions. That's why I am showing that. You can go for the copyright, you can go for the different design, you can go for the different patenting for that. But the approach and the process should be different. Then we should say that it is the patentable of the objects. So similarly, in a science point of view, if we see that the one temperature affects the electrical behavior of the system, but no one to know that how everywhere the temperature affects the electrical behavior of the system, but no one to know how the effects came. So some scientists, what they did, they focus on that where the temperature effect on the doping, where temperature react with some atoms. So that thing should be patentable, and that after the results, whatever we are going to produce or design the systems, that should be good for the patenting also. So challenge must be observed for the patent, defining for the patents your targets. Because without challenge you cannot define your objective. So first read different challenges in our society or in our research work or in our science background, whatever you can take the background, you should read first the challenge and then you define the objectives, and then you can go for the conversion of these objectives as a patentable the objects or so it should be done. So these are the first part of the things where we go for the history of the all the things whatever you are going to target on our system. So that should be also done, and also to read that how the things are interacting or how the new things are involving to target the objective. Now the different type of the patents, this type of the question is that different patents we can target. There is a lot of the things, patents like trademarks, copyrights, design, industrial designs, geographical inductions, lot of the things can be patent. It means that whatever you thought or whatever you did, it should be converted as a. And now the question is what is the opportunity? Opportunity always, now the era of the industrialization. Can I take it? Now, the concern is that opportunity, so it means that you have that area, that objective is connected with your societal development or your industrialization. Today, lot of the industry only focus on the devices. And Government of India already focus on that. Your PhD should be converted as a patent or as a different object device developments of that system. For information, I just let you know that, for example, the French governments, after the PhD, analyzation of the PhD, the governments have a fund, they provide the fund that student to start a startup or buy that the output of that the PhD. So you have opportunity to establish the some industrialization or some different things from your PhD also. So now the era of these things that you can convert your thought as a different industry or different sources of it. Similarly, now the Indian government also announced or have already notified that if your PhD is focused on the objective with the devices, you can also claim or they are going to support some financial support for their conversion of this stuff. So already it's notified by the Government of India. But problem is that our research work or our whatever we are going to write or something to publicize in our community, that is not focused on the devices. We are just talking about the different blah blah blah, we can do that, but it's not properly the way. So we are missing. Now the India also have a big challenge that these IPRs, these patents are not converted as a industrialization or a device. But government have now the opportunity, have already provided for all the PhD students for these type of the conversions. So all of industry are focused or all of industry are taking the advantage from the patent side. So they are taking that if there is a feasible, they can hire to you also. So these are the opportunities vast, and you should target for these opportunities for your PhD, for your research, for your whatever you are going to write a book, or that should be also the copyright. You can also mention on that your system. Now, one thing I want to discuss a little bit, that when we are going to search the patents related to whatever the patents or design the things, we are not easy. The persons are not capable to search the things which domain can be searched. So search is randomly, but it's not a way that how the search is going to do for the identifications or for the properly identification of the objectives. So all the students are doing this type of the activity for the define the object. So these are also the challenges. The students are not capable to the search. They are just putting on Google, so there is something. But there is some rules or some domain. You should define the domain also. Otherwise, your search will be not identify that which objectives you can write the thing. So these are the also objectives should be targeted by the students, and it should be converted, and all the university now this time the university supporting for the patent filing, IP intellectual property, whatever the things are going, it should be registered, it should be defined from the name of the student or name of the. So these things can be taken care of. So in the last, if I say that for identification of these things, we should take some flow, we should know what is the objectives and how the objectives should be targeted by the different flow of the mechanism. So you should aware with that mechanism, and you should aware with your whatever the science or whatever the logic are involved in, and what is the effect that are implemented. So you should know the challenges, you should know the flow of that, how you can target that challenges, and on that basis you should define the properly the objective of those things, and then that objectives are verified in a lab environment and for the different real-time environment. Now this time the research is totally focused on the lab. So one room research is going on. So that's why in India are not converting the patent at the industrial level. So just I am going to discuss one example for myself. When I did my research in a National Physical Laboratory, we already developed the one gas sensor. Just interesting things is that when we develop a gas sensor devices in our lab, that 100%, 90% they are working properly in lab environment. But when we went to trace that gas sensor of the LPG gas sensor in a real-time environment, in the open environment, that time their efficiency decreased more than the 50%. So same materials behaving experimental, that's near to the 90 or 100%, which is act as a 50% less efficiency in real life. So we should try, we should compare the things that how we can optimize. So we can, different factors are optimized. That factor also goes to patent for your R&D, because that is your idea, that is your thought. So how you can optimize these problems, because that is the challenge. Challenge the efficiency. For example, if I am developing some material for a LPG gas sensor, so what is the problems come when what is the ppm of the gas in our system? That time you don't know. So real time you cannot control. In a lab we can control everything, but real time environment you cannot control the humidity, you cannot control the moisture, you cannot control the flow, different things you cannot control. So these things can be also reflected at how you thought, and these thoughts can be patented as an opportunity, and these opportunity all the governments, the state governments and different countries is going to support, because China, for example, China, everything they are going for the patent. USA also focus on the patent. So we should try also, as in India, we should try for the conversion of our research as a patent pending system for the research. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon all. Thank you for making today's workshop on global perspectives on intellectual property, challenges and opportunities a great success. Our heartfelt thanks go to our speaker, Dr. Radhesham Rai, for their insightful presentation and sharing their expertise with us. Your contributions have greatly enhanced our understanding. Thanks also to the organizing team for your hard work and to all the participants for your engagement. We hope you all leave with a valuable insight and a clearer direction in your research endeavors. Safe travels, and we look forward to seeing you at future events. Thank you.